It's the second season game between the Dallas Mavericks and the Denver Nuggets. With 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the Nuggets were in serious trouble with 7 straight misses from the floor and a 5-point deficit, and ran a pick and roll on top with an empty corner. In an attempt to avoid the switch, Dwight Powell dropped far from Jamal Murray, but the potential pull-up three forced him to close out and allowed the Nuggets to get the switch. To take advantage of the mismatch, Nikola Jokic posted up the long right, used his left forearm to take him to the restricted area and to create space, leading to a huge basket that cut the deficit to 3 points. Hi everybody, this is Anthony, and in today's NBA Talk, I'm going to explain how the Serbian Joker crushed the soul of the Dallas Mavericks with 7 assists and 33 points on 60% shooting, including the final basket that gave the Nuggets a huge win on the road. Now, before starting this video, I'd like to thank all the fans who subscribed to the channel and showed valuable support from more than 30 countries across the world with views, likes, comments, and shares. I also want you to know that I'm looking to get 1,000 subscribers very soon, so if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel and share it with other people so that I can publish valuable content more frequently. And now, let the talk begin. Statistically speaking, the Mavs could have outscored the Nuggets by double digits from the perimeter, which could have won them the game, but in the third quarter alone, Jokic made 4 triples and assisted another one. On this high pick and pop, Powell dropped way below the screen level to give Hardaway Jr. time to get back ahead of Murray and most importantly to avoid the switch, and put Wright in a 1-on-2 situation at the perimeter, but instead of stunting to Jokic to give Powell more time to close out, Wright stayed with Harris, which gave Jokic space for a catch-and-shoot 3 that would result in a splash. A similar deep drop gave up a second 3 for Jokic, and on this out-of-bounds play, it happened away from the ball. Watch how far Maxi Kleber was from the off-ball screen by Jokic to avoid another potential mismatch. Give Harris credit for the smart cut that forced Kleber to drop even more, and once again, the Joker popped out to the top of the arc and made the Mavericks pay the price. With little time remaining on the shot clock, Jokic nailed his third triple on another out-of-bounds play. After Jokic had set a screen for Malik Beasley, Beasley set another screen for Jokic and the Mavericks could have switched, but instead of closing out before the inbound pass, Doncic went away from Jokic and the resulting extra space allowed the Joker to receive an easy pass and to tie the game. A minute later, the Mavs tried to ice a side pick and pop, but instead of forcing Beasley to go to the corner, Powell allowed the baseline drive since he was carrying 3 personal fouls. As a result, the Nuggets got the switch and the kick-out pass by Beasley allowed Jokic to make it rain over the shorter Jackson. In the final minute of the third, Jokic ran a post-up against Dwight Powell and Jackson completely helped off a 40% three-point shooter in Beasley, who was only 1 pass away from Jokic, and put Seth Curry in a 1-on-2 situation at the perimeter. To overcome a potential contest by Curry, Beasley got away from him by cutting to the right wing and nailed the catch-and-shoot 3 to tie the game. On the other hand, Jokic ranks in the top 4 in points resulting from post-ups per game, and on this night, his post-ups generated baskets for himself and for his teammates, most of which allowed the Nuggets to outscore the Mavs by 10 points in the paint. In addition of taking advantage of the defensive mistakes, he dominated the mismatches resulting from switches and won a lot of matchups against the Mavs Big Men in the post. In the first quarter, the Nuggets isolated Jokic in a post-up against Powell and Luka Doncic was guarding Corey Craig, but instead of keeping Craig in front of him, Doncic completely turned his back on his man, gave up an easy backdoor cut and allowed Jokic to get his 4th assist in less than 4 minutes. With the shot clock winding down in the second, Jokic turned to face up this time, did a step that made Powell retreat a little bit, and added more space with a beautiful one-legged fadeaway with a very high release point to beat the late contest. By the way, did you know that this was the first basket for Jokic in the game? In the third quarter, Maxi Kleber had to guard some post-ups, and on this play, although Jokic tried to take him to the restricted area with his forearm, Kleber grabbed it and kept himself in a great defensive position. To unlock his left arm, Jokic went to the middle, and to create space against Kleber's left hand, he went for a fadeaway hook shot with his right hand by doing the second step as far as possible from Kleber. That was a tough shot that Jokic made look as easy as smashing that like button. A few minutes later, after being in a face-up position, Jokic used his upper arm to take Kleber to the mid-post, then lowered his shoulder to take the German's feet to the restricted area level, and lowered it even more to take advantage of the gap on his right, to turn to face the basket and to create space for an easy lefty layup. At that moment, Jokic scored the 10th and 11th straight points for the Nuggets. And now, here comes the most exciting part of the game. After the timeout, with the Nuggets down 1, Powell guarded Jokic, but the cross screen by Murray forced the switch and put the smaller Finney-Smith on Jokic. To take advantage of the mismatch, the Nuggets isolated Jokic for a post-up, and after getting the ball back, Jokic added a jab step to force Finney-Smith to retreat a little bit and filled the resulting gap, and after that, he used his right forearm to take Dorian's left foot to the restricted area, lowered his shoulder to overpower him with his first step, then slightly faded back to avoid the block on the second step, and gave the Nuggets their first lead in the final 6 minutes. On the final play, the Nuggets defense forced the Mavs to lose 2 seconds before giving the ball to Doncic, and then double-teamed him on the pick and pop to force him to give the ball up, which put Plumlee in a 1-on-2 situation at the perimeter. Although Grant did an excellent job of denying the easier pass to Hardaway Jr., it looks like Doncic faked the pass to Hardaway to make Plumlee leave Finney-Smith open in the corner. However, the pass was long and gave Beasley enough time to close out. Give credit to Beasley for standing in Dorian's right and denying the three, and to Plumlee for denying the mid-range pull-up and forcing the bad pass with 1.3 to go, and the Nuggets would eventually win this game. At the end of this video, it is interesting to mention that the Mavericks have a losing record in clutch time games. Should they make a trade to improve their chances of going far in the NBA playoffs? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.